Hey guys, so today is Thursday, October 18th. Just want to do two updates about my day today. So today was really exciting because I did a few new things for the first time. Well, not like crazy new, but the first thing I did was I had my first full spicy lunch at school. So usually there was like rice, soup, and like three side dishes. And usually I have like rice, the soup, which may or may not be spicy, and the side dishes are usually like one spicy, but which is kimchi usually, and the rest isn't. But today, like everything was spicy, so I was literally on the verge of tears at the lunch table. Luckily, I was able to keep all my tears in, but I was like sweating, and even though it was really painful to eat, it was actually super delicious. So. It was also my first time like ever getting heartburn. It was actually well not my first time ever, but my first time in Korea. And you think after 2 months I'd be used to the spiciness, but apparently not. So I was kind of suffering during my last period of teaching after lunch. The second new thing was that for some reason, again, I don't know why, but we got food delivered to our office. My co-teacher said it's because one of the homeroom teachers wanted to thank my co-teacher for her doing something. But my co-teacher is not really sure why she was thanked for. But pretty much you have tteokbokki, which is like really spicy rice noodles. I love these rice noodles with soy sauce, but in Korea they eat them with spicy sauce. And then there's also the first time that I had pig intestine, which was injected with pig's blood. So I never had pig intestine or pig's blood. I had cow intestine before in my Chinese culture. And then it was also my first time trying pig lungs as well. So that was three new things: pig intestine, pig blood, and pig lungs. And then after school, me, my co-teacher, and the sixth grade English teacher at my school, he took me to eat dog meat. So I want to make a disclaimer that I understand if you have a pet dog or if you really care about dogs, it's like, oh my god, like how can these like savages eat dogs? But from my knowledge, these dogs are kind of brought up like farm animals. So it's a certain breed of dog. It's not like a dog that you see that's like all groomed and like kind of like a pet. I also want to argue that we only don't eat dogs because we've been brought up in a culture where we see dogs as like a family pet. But my co-teacher actually, or my sorry English teacher actually said that in Korea, dog meat kind of came around in the olden days just because Korea is a very small country with a lot of mountains, so there isn't really room for to like have agriculture or farming like cows and pigs and whatnot. So dogs is really convenient to farm and doesn't take a lot of space or waste. And I think I met a friend during orientation that's saying that dog meat is actually more efficient for humans to raise to eat. So I mean, I respect if you're against eating dog meat, but I also really only respect that argument if you don't eat any meat. So if you don't eat any animals. But if that's what you want to like argue with me about, that's your choice. But I'm not here. I'm not like pro eating dog. It's up to you what you want to eat. Obviously, just want to say don't hate on me because I eat dog meat. So I want to try it, and it was either in steam form or it was in like a soup form. So I had it in the soup form, and it came with like noodles and rice and a lot of side dishes as normal. I'm not really sure how much it was because the teacher paid for it, but it was very interesting. It was really similar to beef brisket, and there was like pieces of skin as well. I'm not gonna lie, when I ate it, there were times when I was just like, oh, I'm kind of feel guilty about that puppy back at home or blah blah blah. But you know, like it is just an animal, and I eat all meats, so it wasn't really a big deal to me. The only one thing that I couldn't eat was in my soup there was a piece of snout, so that was a bit too much for me. I don't think I could even eat like a cow or pig snout. I mean, one day I'll try it. The teacher though, he actually tried it for the first time, the snout, and he said it was like really jelly like. So I don't know, maybe in the future. I also want to say that not all Koreans eat dog meat. It's not very common anymore. So I went with a co-teacher and an English teacher, and the co-teacher, she's like 30 something. She's actually never eaten dog meat in her life, and it's kind of phasing out. And Koreans don't eat it on a regular basis. They believe that dog meat is good for your fertility, so they usually eat it when their health isn't so good or if they're not feeling well. So it's not like a common practice. And the second thing that I did today was I went to the movie theater the first time in Korea. So I watched a Korean movie. It's really good. It's called Majesty in English, and it was subtitled. So the movie was just amazing. Like I don't know, maybe because I'm a big movie buff and I haven't really watched a movie in theaters since I left home like 3 months ago. So I love movies. I love going to the movies and eating popcorn and blah blah blah. The movie was really good. Definitely recommend it. 2 thumbs up. And then the main Korean actor was actually the Korean actor in G.I. Joe back in Canada or North America. So if you've seen G.I. Joe, he's a Korean guy in it. I don't want to ruin the movie, but I never laughed so hard, never cried so hard. I felt really invested in the movie, and like the comedy is really similar to Chinese comedy, so it was just hilarious to me. And then yeah, the imagery was really beautiful too. You got to know all the characters, not just like one focus. There's a big like communal spirit. And pretty much the movie was about one of the kings in the Joseon period, and he had a record of his daily life. And there were 2 weeks in the journal. This is real. This is the truth. Where it's missing. So during this 2 weeks, a lot of things happened, but no one knows what really happened. So this movie is about kind of like about how about what happened during these 2 weeks. I thought it was just a really fun movie. So my second experience today was the movie theater. So one thing I noticed in Korean movie theaters is that their popcorn is not buttered and it's not salty. It's sweet, like it's like sweet caramel popcorn, which isn't bad. But I guess at home I've grown accustomed to eating like sweet, buttery, like soggy popcorn. So I didn't really enjoy it, but I can just see myself getting used to it. The movie normally is 8,000 won or $7 back at home in Canada. I got a free ticket with my co-teacher, so we didn't pay for anything. And then different than Canada, but Canada is slowly becoming this, at least in my hometown, Vancouver, is that when you buy your ticket online, you actually can reserve your seats beforehand. And then you can buy your tickets at the theater, but there's people don't really do that here because you probably won't get a seat. And then also at home, the seats, they go all the way down to the front. So if you get there late, you sit at the very front and your head's like up like this the whole time. But in Korea, the most front seats actually like 30 feet away from the screen. So even if you get a bad seat, you can still see the screen really well. So that's a good thing. And also when I went to the washroom, I saw there were theaters where it's like gold star lounge or like blah blah blah. So in Korea, if you pay more, there's actually different types of theaters. So the one I went in was just a normal theater. The seats were kind of big and comfy, really like relaxing, kind of like your normal theater. And then in the back row of the theater, there were sweepstake boxes where you can pay extra, so you can sit for like couples. You have like a bigger booth. The sides are blinded with curtains, so you just focus on the movie. Families can reserve those boxes too. And then in the room I saw, which is the gold box or gold encore room, it's a theater where you pay extra, and you pretty much get these big comfy chairs to sit in, and then you get a table so you can eat your food off of it. So it's kind of more like a private theater experience. I didn't see the actual room, but I'm probably gonna go back and watch a movie soon. And yeah, so that was my experience today. I ate dog meat, pig intestine, pig blood, too much spicy food, and I went to my first Korean movie and movie theater. So that was really fun. So that's my update for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.